Smoking up the tyres and burning rubber, it comes from an old pagan ritual called smouldering the Shetland, right? Now, about 1,000 years ago in England, in medieval England, blokes used to ride around in these little carts, right, and they were pulled by Shetland ponies. And on Saturday night, you know, after a few wines down at the tavern, all the young blokes would meet on the edge of town in the little carts with the Shetland ponies. Now, what they used to do when they used to perform the smoking the Shetland ceremony, one bloke would hold the Shetland pony and the other bloke would sit in the cart and he'd poke the Shetland pony with a stick, right? And he'd whip it and he'd poke it for about 5 minutes till the Shetland was really agitated. Now, the Shetland pony was freaked out, right? It just wanted to go. And after about 5 minutes of that, the bloke holding it would just let it go, right? And on the cobblestones, the Shetland used to just try and dig in with its little hoofs, right? And it'd be just digging in and it'd just be freaking out. And it couldn't get anywhere, it couldn't get any traction on the cobblestones. And its little Shetland pony hoofs would just start smoking up and they'd start smouldering, right? And for about 5 minutes, he couldn't get any traction. Then he'd finally get a bit of traction and he'd take off. And that's what they call smouldering the Shetland, right? But they couldn't do that for too long, see, because some of the Shetlands would get that wild and agitated, they'd just smoke up and their hoofs would actually smoulder and burn right off back to the butt, right? And the law enforcement officers of the day would run them off the road, see, not enough tread on that Shetland pony. So the young blokes knew they had to transform, smoking them up the front on the hoofs, they had to transform that power to the back, to the wheel somehow. It was a natural sort of transformation. Then the blokes knew it had to happen. So someone had a few more wines at the tavern and they went out and they invented rubber, right? They invented rubber especially for the purpose of smoking them up and doing decent burnouts. Now, you heard that first here at Hidden Valley.